And as we've mentioned, we're seeing mass outages with Microsoft and CrowdStrike right now. According to CNN, their CEO said this was a tech antivirus issue and not a cybersecurity issue. So this isn't an attack, it's just some issue with their software. But it's causing massive issues across the country, especially at airports this morning, where hundreds of flights are delayed nationwide, including right here in Salt Lake City. Our Scott McCain live for us this morning out at the Salt Lake International Airport with a look at what passengers are experiencing right now. And we see lots of lines behind you, Scott. It is not a fun morning for folks getting out of town.
Yeah, good morning, John. Again, morning. Good being kind of a relative term at this point. You know, you book an early flight thinking, I'm going to get up early, I'll sacrifice some sleep, but it's going to be a great flight. Well, there are folks showing up here now. Some of them still half asleep, finding out that their flights are basically on hold indefinitely in some cases. We just heard a few Delta counter folks saying, look, go home, flights are grounded. We don't know exactly which ones yet. But boy, it is already starting to back up here. Now, this is a Microsoft issue that first was reported nearly 12 hours ago, about 5:30 our time yesterday evening, and it is currently impacting flights worldwide. Here in the U.S., FAA, they say that United, American, Delta, and Allegiant have all been grounded. Yesterday, Frontier also grounded flights for several hours due to this Microsoft issue. Now, FlightAware, they've got a thing called the misery map. Frequent travelers know about that. It is currently showing well over 215 delays and roughly 50 flights canceled across the U.S. as of 4 a.m. And, that FlightAware map says to expect 2.5-hour delays for all flights out of Salt Lake City International Airport. That could be optimistic in some cases here. They're still trying to figure out exactly what happened, how it happened, and how it is going to affect these flights. We just spoke off camera with a family that got up early, a family of 6, including young children, heading to a reunion up in Washington State, and they don't know how long they're going to be here. Right now they're having their own little family reunion right here in the airport, but this is a difficult situation. Now, this whole IT outage, the effects being felt basically all around the world, all the way down under in Australia, over in Europe and Asia. Stock exchanges and banks also experiencing delays due to technical issues, and some payment systems stopped functioning entirely. So if you are employed by or somehow hooked into some international corporation in today's payday and you don't have your paycheck yet, don't be alarmed that it's being worked on, but boy, this is definitely an issue. Microsoft officials say they are on it, they're handling it, but that does little to, allay the frustration, which could very well likely grow here in the coming minutes and hours this morning here at Salt Lake Airport. But it looks like it could be getting worse before it gets better. And we'll be here throughout the morning on GDU to keep our viewers updated on any additional information we get. But for now, John, we are at the Salt Lake Airport where, again, the backups may just be beginning. John?
Yeah, here in Utah, of course, this is really the start of our holiday week with Pioneer Day next week. A lot of folks got out of town for that. The Olympics taking place next week, they're affected by this outage as well. So, my goodness, we see some grumpy folks there behind you, but it's going to be a long day for a lot of folks out there.
It could be a very, very long Friday for these folks, yeah.
And I just updated, actually, the FlightAware misery map. We're now up to 85 cancellations nationwide and nearly 550 delays. And those are mostly on the East Coast right now, and they're making their way here to the West. So it's going to be a rough morning for travelers. Maybe a good idea to
real-time information.
Maybe pause your flight until Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah.
Scott, thanks so much.